I might try and go for the achievement again. I think that it should be simple enough. And oh man, those some disappointing passives to turn down, eh? I would love to start off a run with. I All of them is fair to say. I'm not like the biggest fan of complex claw starter, but it's pretty decent, especially if I'm trying to do something difficult. Which Cruci Zero hopefully shouldn't be, but oh, I missed the bomb. Oh no, I lose some health. Do we have second store? No second store. Let's see. Um, Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Let's leave it at that. Anyway, something I wanted to mention, because I have started talking about it, but honestly, I haven't talked about it that much. I'm really hyped for the next area, like really hyped. It just means so much. Like a whole new area means that like the way how passives work changes because before like especially a passive like Australia's Fate, right? Like imagine trying to get good use out of Australia's Fate if you're picking it up in Act One and you're playing, let's say, Spin Mentor or Ramble. That just seems like impossible now, doesn't it? Although technically it could actually not be like a full act, like another full map. Could be something slightly less. But I'm just presuming that it's like an extra full map because I feel like that's the most likely expectation, right? Um, but it's just going to change everything. In particular, what I was thinking about is like some crucible levels get so nasty because before there's a crucible level which is fairly innocuous depending on your run. It's you only heal half of your health after each area, and like sure, most of the time that means that you're entering area two with like 20 less health, let's say. I think that's a pretty fair estimation. And that's unfortunate, but it's fine. But then in area two, you could get demon wall as your fight, and in particular, it was really quite common for a while because there were only two bosses. And cool, if you get demon wall, you're probably entering Act three on full health. That was a really unfortunate first shot yet again. It's two times in a row where I failed to get my two bombs for this map. Yeah, no, but if you get demon wall as your fight, you're not actually going to lose any health in that fight, unless you picked a self-damage boss passive, in which case you will lose whatever you lose. But that basically just gave you a chance to full heal, and then you could basically bypass the worst of that passive. Here's the fun thing about Act 3. Act 3 is insanely, insanely good at chipping away at your health. It is the best act by far, by just guaranteeing that you're going to lose some health. Because Act 2, it is insanely likely that I do want to not use the assemble this run. So I think I might be leaning into it too much, but I think I might regret that choice. I don't know, I've kind of used it a lot recently, and none of those runs were successful, right? So I've got to try something different. My general game plan is still going to be the same, that's for sure. But maybe just no assemble this time. Yeah, but like Act 3, the chances that you'll just walk into a fight with either a whole bunch of sapper enemies, or maybe that was a really good shot. Lovely. I could see how that arc was going to go, and it was just lovely. Or rather, the lack of arc, right? Because it just went straight up, straight down, and then refreshed, and then hit all those bombs because that was exactly what it was going to do. Yeah, but they're just. I really wish that level 3. Yeah, it's just so unfortunate. Um, but yeah, the chances that you get a fight which is going to either directly steal your health with sappers, you'll get like a ghost fight which is going to steal a lot of your health. That's insane. That's really, 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 really good. I think that was enough. Uh, or even just like there are some really hard new fights. The old purple slimes who stay where they are and buff them. The new purple slimes. Oh no, sorry, spore shrooms. There's the crystal slimes and the purple slimes now, and both of them are pretty tough. There's a really tough purple slime fight. You can get it immediately in Act 2. It can be really, really hard, but most of the time you're definitely pretty fine getting the one with just 3 of them. Really good stuff. Let's get upgrading because it's incredibly, incredibly valuable. Events are not really that required for me this run, are they? I'd kind of rather just get a lot of fights, especially if I already have access to healing. Hold on. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's just 8 health, which is a very good trade. Yeah, but some of the newer fights are tougher. Some of the older fights can be really tough depending on what kind of setup you've got. Like a turn 9 fight sometimes can just completely end your run because you can't aim at him. Maybe you can't hit a refresh or crit kind of thing. Wait, turn 9 with... No, you'd be fine with Viridian. I forgot I've actually done that before. That's still just a pretty interesting fight, though. Let's change my target because I believe I indeed did get poisoned. Now let's do this, try and hit 2 bombs. Poison kills you, and I target you. Let's try and do a shot like this. It's potentially a bit of a bad shot, but I mean it worked out, right? So Shock Absorber. I actually really want Shock Absorber just because it. Nah. Like I'm thinking on it, it's quite decent. I think it's pretty solid. But in the end, I'm not going to want a Shock Absorber in my perfect deck, right? So surely I won't want a Shock Belt. I think that's fine. Oh yeah, no, it should be very fine. This next shot, I'm just going to try and get a whole bunch of bombs with. It's the whole purpose of the shot. And wow, I'm impressed. It barely scratched this side, hit this bomb, and then just completely did not bother with these again. Like it obliterated these pegs. With this one, pretty much all of the pegs were hit. This one, most of them, apart from like that inner shield there. I think I am just going to need to do this. I think I can get 1 bomb, but not 2. Damn, we have a lot of damage flying around, don't we? If you can get in there, then you can just get so much damage. Double damage pegs plus the... Yeah, okay. That was a very nice elite fight, wasn't it? You'd expect it to be much more of a problem, but it really just wasn't. I really don't want to be upgrading my Splatter, but I'm going to need to. It's just mildly scary. That was close. Those were some good passives. Very tempted to pick those up. I'm going to make progress, I guess. I believe a shot like this should completely fail to do what I want. Good. Oh, that's 70 poison down. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome. Let's just regain some of that health back here. Yeah, so... Oh, I didn't change my target. Silly me. Actually, it does not matter. Awesome. Bye-bye. Wow, I didn't know that you could change targets there while reloading. It's really valuable to know for poison comps because, you know, getting that new target there was actually quite big. Honestly, I would have been fine losing more health. Always check behind the waterfall and then fight the strong monster. I just wanted more gold. And whilst this fight will give me more gold, that is indeed true, it's also going to cost me some health. That's fine. Alright, 200 damage is definitely not asking for too much for that shot. And then I would be impressed if you can get 200 damage, because you'd have to do it worth of poison damage. That's just pretty impossible, but I was going to say you can definitely get a decent chunk of the way there, and then it got 0 poison. Still, we just have very, very solid damage tools, eh? Very solid, because it's called Splatter. Alright. Very fine with the health we lost there, though. Oh my god, I would really love, really love an actual, unconditional. Splatter and Rubble were both very decent, and I definitely wanted to add 1 more orb to my deck for this fight, just so I'm fully secure. Because I believe I'm going to win this by probably a landslide. But I just need to fully make sure, and having 1 more good orb in my deck isn't going to do me too much harm. I'm at the point in the game where my deck is already very thin. I'm very happy with how thin it is, and I can very easily just spend a remove on the Rubble later on if it's not part of my ideal deck, which would be pretty crazy because Rubble is generally a very, very ideal orb to have in your deck. But when we only have our deck, it's definitely better that the deck is perfect rather than we have good orbs. See? Yeah, like this kind of thing, where there's still a decent chunk of the fight left, and I just wanted to make sure that I had the tools to get through it. And clearly I do, because, you know, that Rubble shot right there was pretty insane, wasn't it? But, like, yeah. The cool thing about that is, well, nice. I was going to say, I wasn't sure if I actually had that. Arm is pretty decent, but I think I might pass on it. Just don't think it's what I'm looking for. I've already got the potion book. We love getting cars though. But yeah, also some strategies are just going to be so much better into area 4 than others. Because right now, I basically set up all my strategies to beat area 3, and that's pretty easy. You can very easily set up your strategies to beat area 3. It has a very predictable setup to where you can easily set up around it. However, now you also have to set up for Act 3 and Act 4, and that's actually a pretty big difference as it turns out. This is an amazing shot. Okay, there's an amazing shot, and there's what that shot was. That shot was not an amazing shot. That was an absolutely bonkers shot. I can pass on this lead sword. I don't need it. I got a lot of stores, so this is exactly what you're looking for this kind of run. I do have to take an elite, and it is an area 2 elite, so definitely not the most ideal. But I think we should be fine. Our AoE completely giga sucks, but you know, for most fights in area 2 that are elite fights, you're not really going to worry about your AoE too much. And for the one fight that is there, we'll be losing a decent chunk of health, and I actually do want that health against the fight that I'm going to be doing. Alright, let's do a shot like this. I believe should be able to hit a decent chunk of bombs. Nowhere near what I was hoping, eh? Would love to get more. Too bad so sad, I guess. There we go. That's more like what I said. Sure, let's just claim a little bit of healing. Might as well grab some cash while I'm doing it, eh? Just skip the chest. What do we get? Alright, I'm fine with this. Let's bounce into this crit. Look at that awesome shot, eh? Really, really good first shot there. Should set up this next shot pretty damn well. Here's what I'm hoping, but unfortunately the crit has evaded me. Where's the secondary crit? Oh, there. Okay, sure. I'll aim towards the secondary crit. I believe that the odds that I hit a crit here are at least not too bad, but I'm not expecting anything. If I do hit a crit, it's literally double damage, so it's very worth it. And wow, it just doesn't need double damage, does it? It's an amazing hit there. And now I'll shoot you to collect up some cash and just generally have a positive effect overall. That's what I'm hoping. Alright, again, you hit a crit double damage, which is definitely getting the kill. However, apparently you don't need double damage to get the kill, eh? Activator, very tempting. It's a very decent orb. 3-6. It's a big number last time I checked. No, I've got all the stores. I can afford to hold. Alright, there we go. I healed 1 health, and I got 1 coin. The value is just too much. It's honestly extremely tempting. No, I will commit. I'm not taking the ascendant. Silence. Just blast through them? Yes. I'd rather take multiple hits of a mage rather than 1 turn of these annoying guys. They're just not fun. Alright, 1 shot. I think I'll just discard though. Not much point in not discarding here. Pretty minimal healing pegs. I kind of thought that Potion Ball would keep me up for the healing. My health is definitely dropping. It's tempting. Doesn't have any effect on the robbers. I expected that fight to be an elite fight, I'm going to be honest. It's such a terrifying fight, especially on Crucible 19 and above, where you're getting the... no, thank you. Where you're getting the extra enemies on that map, and then it can become a really, really big issue. Look at that incredible shot from me. Truly just amazing shot right there. Luckily it doesn't matter too much, it's just pretty funny. Messed it up quite well. I somehow forgot the shot that I was meant to be taking there. Again, the activator was very tempting. Bull lightning activator was definitely decent. I really hate the fact that I'm passing here, I'm going to be honest, I really hate it. I actually want to write out the Peglin Jeff. I love that interaction. Yeah, I think I wanted this fight. The worst that can possibly happen is they drag me down to 60 health, which would suck. You know, I'd definitely rather that wouldn't happen. But in a perfect world, that's not happening. I have 20 damage worth of poison and I am misappropriating my resources. Great. Thank you. I needed to aim straight at the refresh, it seems. I was aiming straight at the refresh, actually. I messed up big time doing this fight, apparently. Can you... I guess that works. That works, fine. I'll admit your plan was better. But yeah, I'm going to make sure that I'm above 60 health for this boss fight, because I'm going to need my health. Oh, right, that's the wrong button. Oh, those would be decent. Let's just claim a tiny bit more. Decent stuff. 402 gold. And nothing good to spend it on. It's actually so sad, I literally have nothing to spend it on. Uh-oh. This fight shouldn't be too bad, but I am kind of scared. If we can pull off a good second shot, that would be nice. I don't think we can. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't the most hopeful, unfortunately. I'm actually gonna not shoot the potion. Actually, I will shoot. I'll shoot it like there. I only want you on one side, please, potion ball. I need to keep at least one bomb active, otherwise I do just die in this fight. Alright, surely you can do stuff, and you don't just immediately go here and then fly through. Hit one bomb, please. Oh, that sucks. That's probably GG. I don't think I can win after not doing that. Also, what was that shot? Just a complete failure. Dead in the water here. Completely dead in the water. Quite literally, this has to be the rubble shot to make all rubble shots. 2,000 damage. You know what, Rubble? I would say I believe in you, but that would just be a bold lie. Damn. Alright, let's try again. I think that my orb luck there was pretty atrocious. I got one potion ball, which is nice, but unfortunately, potion ball is not quite enough to actually win that. Let's not spin it. Thank you very much. Let's head on, and let's not look too closely at the passives that I'm turning down, because it makes me sad. They are quite fun. Alright, we do get double store in area 1. That is quite nice. Love to see that. Oh, whoops. I did not realize exactly how much of the middle I'd decimated there, and that my odds for hitting the bomb actually weren't the best. Okay, that was a really beautiful shot. All the lovely, lovely gold. I think I've already maxed out there. Pretty sure I have, yeah. Nice. I'm gonna be honest, that early bomb is really tempting me. I didn't take it last run, so I'll take it this run. I don't need to upgrade it just yet, though. I can definitely hold off. I want to make sure that I'm well stocked for stores if I need to cash. And, I don't exactly require the healing just yet, do I? I see. That's how you want to play then, sure. I do like to keep my bombs active to clean up this later part of the map, but maybe it's not too bad. I see as I pull off some of the most atrocious shots ever seen. Truly just scraping the bottom of the barrel with these shots. There we go, at least there's some progress here. Okay, I actually lost health this fight, that is impressive. Seriously, very impressive. Oh man, that certainly was something. Yeah, look, at least I got good cash this fight. It's not as if I don't have access to health. I'm pretty fine. It's just very nice to have access to, eh? Okay, that was some really good greeting there. Just some good shots. Okay, free remove is nice. And yet again, I do not want the Ouroboros. I plan on spending a lot of cash this run dedicated to removals. And don't exactly require the Ouroboros. Okay, I plan on spending much less cash on removals this run because I have been granted quite a few. And yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I think that's the key. I feel like my left-hand shots shooting on this side when all the pegs are bunching up there are just my best shots for this map. So I'm going to keep trying to do that because apparently it's working. And if it's working, I would like to be repeating that. Okay, really good stuff there. Are you already in front of me? Unfortunate. Oh my god, look how bad that shot was. I need to follow my rule. I said I wanted to shoot to the left, so let's shoot to the left. And then pull off a pretty mediocre shot. Like, I just need to hit this bomb and move on. And lucky it's right there for me, except apparently there was a peg in the way. That's hilarious. So, is that 2 bombs? Which one do I hit? Look, man, I just need 1 bomb if you'd be so kind. Come back here, come back here. Up you up. Up you up. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, but like... spin around again? Wait, what? There we go. I'm not going to hit the... It's such a bad shot, but whatever. Luckily it was enough, eh? Wait, there were 2 bombs in that bundle? Oh my lord. This is such a funny map. It's a map that feels harder than I think it is. Somehow I just keep doing pretty well in them. No. Unfortunately I must skip the round guard. It's truly so sad. That's an Instigator. Last time I checked I really liked Instigator, so I'll buy it. It's very good when you have access to your backspace. We have access to our backspace. In fact, we can't lose access to our backspace. Do need more cash though. After all, there are quite a few upgrades I want to do. Oh, what? I need to check what we're doing. Slime again, sure. We can do slime again. I must admit though, I would really love to see something circle or an echo this run. That'd be pretty nice. Didn't get to see any last run, and I'd say it made a pretty negative impact on the outcome of the run. But there's always next time, eh? Yeah, let's just shoot this, and it's fine, I guess it's fine. Ever so slightly off. Unfortunate. Bam, followed by a kablam. Some really poor Area 1 maps, if I'm going to be honest. I've not been doing the best for them. Oh, it's 1 more upgrade. Oh, in that case, I'd rather do the Splat Orb. If I'm fighting Slime, I need an orb that can actually do something. Bomb kind of sucks. Instigator kind of sucks. Turns out that most of my deck just kind of sucks into this guy, so let's make it work. Splat Orb, if you'd be so kind as to just wipe the floor with them, that would be much appreciated. That's what I have you in the deck for. Alright, great healing there as well. Thank you very much. Can afford to do 1 upgrade. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I would have liked to go there. Quite a bit. But I guess we gotta keep our gold. Bonk. I can hold off on that actually. It's not necessary, just nice. Ooh, so close to hitting the crit. Crit would have saved me 4 whole health. Who knows, that health might have been handy. Great stuff though. Once again, I'm just gonna pick up a rubble and add it to my deck. I think it's pretty damn good here. And I just want as many good orbs in this upcoming fight as possible, because I don't have the best matchup into him, but I have enough of a good matchup to where I'm happy to just burn a whole bunch of health greedy, because I do need the gold. Yeah, hitting the crit is very good, so that's it. Yeah. It's a lot of damage as it turns out. It's a pebble. Ideally, we honestly never shoot the bomb. I might try and go for that crit. It's not impossible, but it certainly is pretty unlikely. Once again, I'll shoot a 2-4 pebble. It's not bad. This time, however, I will actually shoot the bomb just because I'm not trying to get a good shot here. I'm just trying to potentially hit a refresh. Or maybe a bomb? Neither of that worked. Oh, I guess it wasn't the worst shot, was it? It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Alright, really good shot here. I definitely wasn't expecting much there, and it delivered. It definitely delivered. My expectations were exceeded. Bam. You can definitely tell that I have +1 good orb in my deck, can't you? Let's see who we're fighting. Demon. Okay. Scaling will be scary, but we should be able to get there. I don't know. The Act 2 boss definitely seems pretty scary for this run. because you haven't really assembled the most amazing deck by that point. Most of the time. Sometimes, of course, you have, but I haven't gotten that lucky yet. Definitely a decent enough shot there. I imagine this rubble should just be able to finish things up, is what I would like to say. I still need to shoot my Instigator. One more upgrade though, and I will no longer require shooting the Instigator ever. And boy do I look forward to that upgrade. I am going left. I appreciate the offer, but I'll pass. I'll take you up on it in a future run where I can actually pick up assets. How about that? We're getting the bomb out of our deck here, since this fight is going to be on the slightly longer side. I believe you can get a kill if you hit a refresh. Yeah. 144 on the dot. Honestly, I'm just going to shoot this. While I have access to an almost full board, I am just going to shoot an AoE. I lack refreshing capabilities, that's for sure. Nice, we love the overlap. Truly insane stuff. I think that I trust the Rubble more. Go, Rubble, go! To be fair, both of the orbs would have failed with that shot. Apparently that shot was just not it. Alright, there we go. Now let's finish things up, because... What? We lost health in this fight? That's a choice, I'd say. Ugh. Yeah, let's move on. That's for you, and I'm still going to refuse on the assemble pieces. I just don't really think that... Look, something wasn't working before. I actually want the upgrade here. Shocking, but I guess that is what we're doing. Gold? Yes. Realistically, I just want more semicircle options. I don't want to do this run without having a semicircle. Or an echo. Or both. And the more options I have to get them, the smoother the run will be. Yes, there is a chance now that my run could just end in Area 2 before I get to Area 3. However, I'm very much willing to pay that price. As it turns out, having a good deck is just incredibly, incredibly important. I am definitely just shooting this bomb right here. It's a really good shot, especially if it hit another bomb, which I couldn't tell if it actually hit another bomb, and indeed it did. Nice. Oh yeah, right. 1, 2, 3. Nah, we'll be fine. Again, we're fighting a boss where we don't actually lose any health. It's basically not possible to do so when you only have orbs in your deck, because most of the time you're not going to pick up orbs that deal self-damage. Believe me, the only one I actually plan on picking up is Nosferatu. That one doesn't really count as dealing damage to you. Because it heals it all back up. Let's take out the shield. I would like my Instigator not to be the last orb in my deck constantly, but it's whatever. It is lining up a lot of the time, but I feel like on a lot of the reloads, I have it very late. Which is unfortunate, because most of the time... Why didn't I discard this? It's a good question. Very good question. No. I'll press it once there. I'm a coward, what can I say? I'm a coward with expendable cash. I'm sitting here with 173 and I'm only going to one store. The chances that I actually find an orb I'm looking for are apparently extremely low. Oh, just off. Unfortunate, but that's what this bomb is for. It's what the bomb is for. Let's crunch this fool. Ooh, just. Lovely. You can have it. I'm feeling generous, what can I say? Absolutely not. Yeah, that's right, get out of here. Wouldn't it be amazing if you finished it off with hitting a refresh? Oh, so close. That's what this shot's for. Okay, very good. Wouldn't it be amazing if you finished this? Damn. It didn't work once, so surely it would work the second time. Oh, did I just... Nice. Nice. Health recovery is just too strong. To be fair, bomb is very good, but health recovery is definitely not the craziest. It's good enough for now, though, and indeed good enough for pretty low cruci. Which this counts as pretty low cruci because it's so low that the number doesn't even exist. Instigator, discard, amazing. Oh, this just kills. Okay, cool. I should have set up my navigation a bit better, but that's what this rubble bridge shot is for. Like, boom. Pretty much clear now. Bonk. Yeah, we'll be fine. Nice, because I did not want to misnavigate again. The first time, there could have been a summing circle in that shop. Alright, this is always an amazing fight to get good healing on. I imagine we will just heal up by the end of this fight, but it's certainly not looking the craziest right now, is it? Indeed, I've only done a good job losing health. Well, that's because I haven't shot my next shot yet. Yippee. Bonk. Just a solid 1,000 damage. I'm just discarding, I guess. Yeah. There are some maps where you can just really tell just how amazing Balm is. Oh, technically I want to go left, actually. So I couldn't have even misnavigated. Oh my lord. It would be very nice here. I'll pass on that. Hopefully my instigator does enough here. Alright, let's chaos. Actually, I can lose a lot of health here, can't I? I can. There we go. You have got to be kidding me. That about checks out, to be honest. 4 health left on the map. 4 enemies left on the map as well. I don't need to press the button. It's not like this question mark is going to steal 54 health from me. Right. Yeah. It's only +2 damage. Aren't I just screwed? Oops. I think I should have paid closer attention to the fact that I was fighting Dean Wall. Yeah. I could have picked up the Swallow, but here's the thing. It definitely would not have worked out if I had not gotten a fight there, and I didn't get a fight there. Because the level 1 Sword Orb was not doing anything. The level 3 Sword Orb actually is pretty good. I guess this first shot isn't too bad. Let's just try and keep those up, because if a Rubble can get like a solid 1500 damage, I believe that should be a win. But, to do that you have to get a crit, and it's pretty hard sometimes. Yeah. Oh my god. It keeps like going close, but no. Okay, apparently you just don't need a crit to deal 1500 damage. Maybe I underestimated Rubble. Maybe it just is enough to win, and I don't need scaling for this fight, which is kind of crazy. So you can just beat Demon Wall on Cruci 0 with 1 Rubble. Yeah, it seems like a pretty good orb, doesn't it? It's literally 1 orb for 1 boss fight win. Huh. Sounds pretty good when you put it like that, doesn't it? Let's just aim towards this refresh down here. I want it gone because that's a really bad refresh for a Rubble. Lovely. Let's just... I think... I don't know, let's just do this. Try not to have too much of an impact. Wow, okay, we kind of shredded his health, huh? Well, good job, Rubble. This is basically all due to Rubble. Yeah, I'm not going to lie that the splatter was also pretty nice, especially since it does actually help out the Rubble quite a bit. But man, that was way more damage than I was expecting, I guess. I'm actually just going to do that, and it's actually just going to be decent enough damage. Although, despite getting such an amazing shot, he definitely is still getting close. And Gotta be real. My latest shots have not been the greatest. Like, yeah, you're not gonna complain about a solid 3,500 damage. But it could be more. Could be more. That was what I was really scared of, and that's why I really wanted to do that previous shot. Oh my lord. Well, I've had enough messing around. Let's finish up the fight now. 1,700 down to 1,000 down to. Bam. Oh, you either hit a refresh or a crit. There's basically no in between. Thank you. Okay, losing the bombs was definitely unfortunate, hey? We lost a lot of damage from that, but... Oh, that was actually impressively spooky, but Rubber is literally just enough to beat them. You don't need any passives. Just a Rubber and a Dream. Okay, double store later on, I can do that. I'd rather not do that early elite. Let's set up some healing slimes because I don't believe in Splattle. I should probably believe in Splattle. That's not double store, that's triple store. And we got a really, really good boss fight. I'm pretty sure this is the best possible boss fight. I shouldn't have lost any health this fight. Let's try and heal up. Where are my refreshes? Non-existent, it seems. Robots are really good in this boss fight. I'm tempted to pick up more Robots. I just need to make sure that my health stays up. It's quite important. Can I... Oh god. This deck setup is atrocious. Can I add an orb to my deck and be able to upgrade it? No. Okay, that's actually really not the most ideal then. I thought it was much better than that. I have to shoot this and then discard. I dislike that. But if it's what it takes to shoot an AoE Rubble / Splat Orb, then I'll pay that price. Pretty sure it goes to the left here. And if it's a crit, which is not unlikely, apparently it's unlikely. Damn, man, that's unfortunate. Takes so much damage from these fools. Alright, let's polish you guys off here, please. Oh my lord. Yeah, as I said, there are some fights in Area 2. Oh my god, you're not dead. Die! That was not an invitation for you to stick around. There are some fights in Area 2 which will completely and totally drain your health. That was one of them. That fight can be really, really tough to get early on. And you want to know a fight which is another one? Not this one, thankfully. This one can be rough, but I think we should be fine. Okay, maybe we're not fine. Maybe we're just in a really, really bad spot for it, apparently. I guess we are. Look at these refreshes. This is actually the most ridiculous. What? Actually just speechless with this fight. I'm not taking that. No, that fight was ridiculous. Did you see how ridiculous that was? First of all, my deck setup was completely garbage. Second of all, I entered that fight on 64 health. 64 health. This is how that fight was meant to go. Not what trash I got before. This is what the fight's meant to look like. And, oh my god. Slight difference? Notice anything different? Okay, that was actually completely ridiculous. What was that? Yeah. Apparently we just have some really bad RNG flying around, but hopefully it's past, right? Hopefully it's past. I really dislike the fact that I reset there, but it's whatever. At the end of the day, that was completely ridiculous, and I do want to get this done sooner rather than later. Some healing slimes would be nice, because I want to make sure that I'm exiting this fight on a decent amount of health, but also I don't really want to press the heal button if I don't have to. Seems like I will have to. Where did my... Where the hell did it disappear to? Where is my second That's where it is. Oh, right. So, I guess it's not that mandatory. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's just try and get a real shot off. Because it seems like I can't do that much. I really just can't get a real shot. Unfortunate, but that's what you're for. Oh my god, I'm aiming straight at the peg and then something just flies straight into the path. It's pretty funny at this point. This is truly riveting. I can't wait to aim with this refresh. Because the oh, I see. Wait, so with this map, it's literally just ideal to just AFK, and then all of the refreshes and crits are just gonna move themselves out and fly around, so you can actually aim at them and actually hit them. Because it seems like I'm aiming at them, but I just can't hit them for the life of me. And even when I do hit them, the shot is still absolutely garbage. Oh man, this is not my day today, is it? This just really is not my day. I don't know what this fight is. What is this fight? Oh my god. What am I witnessing? I'm actually going crazy. 80 health I entered in. 80 health, by the way. Yeah, okay. This seems like a normal turn of events, definitely, definitely. It's not ideal, not ideal. Okay, definitely not ideal. Let's pull off something real around about now. These are like dull pegs. They have like no momentum to bounce off of though, so I can't really try and do the shot that I want to do. All right, let's just. I'm just going crazy apparently. I've never struggled with X3 this much before for this kind of run. What is this? Like the one time I get a playable boss, and this is what my X3 is looking like. Like, huh? This is so ironic. Actually, just hilarious. I mean, like, usually this fight is mildly annoying, I'll give it that. But not much more than that, generally. Generally, it's just pretty fine. Like, you just pull off shots, and like, sure, they're not the most amazing, but they will get you there. Let's shoot this incredible AoE right here. Yeah, I'm definitely just sticking with this one, but still, it's just like way worse than normal. I did not even hit the orb that I wanted, the pig that I wanted to hit. Thank you kindly, I guess. Moving sharply on. Let's just get out of here, please. I don't care. Just I said just get me out, please. Oh my god. This is so cursed. This is actually so cursed. What? What is even happening? Oh my god. Yeah, sure. Let's get more AoE onto the field. I don't know. I did not find that I'm not doing this. No. I have all the gold I could ever dream of. I do not have the health to handle an Area 1 Elite. Area 1 boss. It's actually too much health loss. Straight up. I can't beat the boss with this much health. I'm just beyond denial at this point. This is just hilarious. Like, actually, what happened here? Nice. I think that you could have done one more, I'm going to be honest. But whatever. Am I just dead? I'm actually just dead. Just kill me. Oh my god. Absolutely cursed runs today, I'm going to be honest. Absolutely cursed. No orbs to speak of. The instigator orbs are nice, but they're not really winning you the run. The echo orbs and this semicircles are just absolutely nowhere to be seen. The rumbles are just the rumbles are saving me, honestly. I don't know where these runs would be without rumbles. Oh man, I'm getting like a splash of like it's nice. I would appreciate slightly more. Like surely a duped potion ball. This is not too much to ask for. Or maybe a potion ball for this run, or just like anything. I don't know. Maybe I should just be picking up assemblers at this point. These orbs that I'm finding are just not real. They're just completely not real, and I'm actually finding some assemble pieces. I don't think I had of the most. I don't think my assemble was that good this run, was it? I think that I missed out on like the AV piece. Just wow, honestly. What was this? That's what I want to know. Ugh, these are some of the craziest runs I've had, honestly. Like, what happened here?